And you can hear that as Rajesh was interviewing that Chinese student, where he says he has no clue.
It's incredible. There's a lot of confusion and panic on the ground, Preeti. The Chinese government at some level must be trying to pull its students out. But the fact that you've got one student, and let's remember the symbolism between India and China. We are two countries who are actually at war at this time. But for a student on the ground in Ukraine, a Chinese student on the ground, this young man, to actually say, I hope that the Indian government can do something for us, speaks volumes at this point of time. The Indian government has just deployed, a group of ministers over there. They've been, trying to reach in an extremely volatile situation to make sure that no young Indian is actually left behind. But the very fact that, like Rajesh said, Preeti, that you've got this reputation on the ground among the people of Ukraine, among those affected, and now a Chinese student, it doesn't get bigger than that, praising the Indian embassy, praising the Indian government's efforts on the ground to pull people out, at the same time, very tellingly, pointing at the lack of a similar kind of effort by the Chinese government, perhaps, is perhaps the most symbolic thing we've heard so far from Kyiv. And let's remember that the number of advisories we hear, Preeti, that have been going from the Chinese embassy and other embassies in Kyiv have been far less than the Indian ones. The Indian embassy has been sending out a lot of advisories, Chinese embassy and others, far fewer and less detailed advisories, we are given to believe. And also what Rajesh said is something that he and Gaurav have been hearing from person after person, nationality after nationality, that the Indian embassy is one of the best and most, fully functional embassies right through. There are many other embassies that have either, curtailed operations, shortened staff, sent people away, reduced the number of working days. But the Indian embassy, right through this conflict, 5 days of conflict, Preeti, have been fully functional. And we're not saying it. The Indian government's not saying it. A Chinese student, no less than that, is saying it.